Good evening to one and all present here. Welcome all participants to the day one of IEEE IS sponsored 1 week online workshop on leveraging technologies for fostering entrepreneurship, higher studies and career opportunities for young engineers, organized by the Department of Electrical Engineering, National Institute of Technology Silchar in association with Institution Innovation Council IIC 7.0 jointly with IEEE IAS joint chapter of IEEE Silchar subsection with Kolkata session. Today's speaker is Dr. Sanjay Kumar Parida of Electrical Engineering Department, IIT Patna. Dr. Sanjay Kumar Parida is presently working as an associate professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering, IIT Patna. He has completed his PhD in Power System Group in the Department of Electrical Engineering, IIT Kanpur in the year 2009. During his PhD program, he has awarded the Senior Research Fellowship by Power Management Institute, NTPC Limited, Noida in the year of 2007. In this program has devised a novel frequency regulation mechanism based on frequency link free governor mode of operation for Indian electricity supply industry. He has received Young Scientist Award by DST Government of India in the year 2010 for the project integration of distributed generation system to improve the system reliability. He has received Bhaskar Advanced Solar Energy Based 2015 Research Fellowship Award by Indo-US Science and Technology Forum, DST, Government of India in the year 2015. In this program, he has worked on cost-based dynamic load dispatch in parallel converter-based microgrid. Also, he has received Young Faculty Research Fellowship Award by Digital India Limited under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India in the year 2019. Above this, he has handled 9 major projects as PI and co-PI sponsored by DST, DIT, etc. Presently, he is the PI in the Malvya mission on Teachers Training Center at IIT Patna, sponsored by the Ministry of Higher Education through UGC. He has initiated many industrial collaborations with POSOCO, PGCIL, NTPC, etc. He has authored many papers in many of the international journals and present a lot of his work in many international conferences. He is a senior member of IEEE and is working as a reviewer and a technical advisor in many international journals and conferences. Now I would like to request him to kindly deliver his talk in the today's session.
Thank you very much, Tutomani.
Thank
So,
you.
should I share my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, you can share.
Prachurya, please unshare your screen.
Okay. So, is it visible now?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Okay. So, thank you very much, Tutomani, and also thanks to all the coordinators. And especially, I would like to thank Dr. Amritis, who actually invited and requested me to give a talk, which may not be very technical, and which will help the students in actually finding their careers, their goals of the life. So I'll talk about artificial and natural intelligence because this artificial intelligence is now the core of technology. Everywhere we are talking about the artificial intelligence. Right? So we'll talk about this and I'll show the difference between artificial intelligence and natural intelligence. It will be very non-technical, not very much technical, or else you may feel bored or I may feel bored. Because if I'll say artificial intelligence application to my area, then you may feel also bored because we don't know what is power system. First we have to understand it. So it's a very general topic. So we'll focus the basic things and also non-technical aspects. Okay, so before we move, I can go to. So is it visible still? So before we move, so already I was introduced, and let me introduce something which actually we are doing here in IIT Patna. So our group is known as Smart Grid Research Group at IIT Patna, and we work in power system protection and also power system dynamics and control. So both aspects we cover, large grid and also microgrid aspects. So many of our students work in large grid and many of they are acting also working on microgrid aspects also. So in this group we have PhD students completed their PhD 11 and ongoing PhD students 7, MTech students 4 and ongoing 2, and BTech students 4. They're working now, and number of projects we are handled or we are now ongoing is 10, and funding from MHRD, DST, SCRB, etc., MOP, CPRI. So few of the achievements we did in our lab is development of smart microgrid setup, digital contents for components and applications of IoT course, digital contents for power system protection course, digital contents for power system dynamics and control course, and digital contents for electrical machines course, which also completed, and number of journal publications including all IEEE transactions, etc. It is 65, and conference publications 95, and 2 patents granted and 2 is published. This presentation is dedicated to my dear Lord Krishna. So the presentation layout will be like this. First of all, I will give some introduction about artificial intelligence and natural intelligence. Then we'll talk about artificial intelligence and natural intelligence. Then AI versus NI, and conclusion. So we'll see what is the difference between AI and NI. Actually, what we are doing from the industry aspect, or what we are doing here, or we say the technological advancement point of view, is it actually perfect or is it has some lacuna? Well, let us discuss it. Then we'll have the conclusion. So let me introduce how the artificial intelligence plays very important role. So first industrial revolution started in 18th century, and it was because of the steam-based machines during that time. Because of that, it was started, right? Because before that, people were using the muscle powers, whatever activity they do, even agriculture or transportation sector. Transportation, we know it was based on only muscle power. We use the bulls and the horses uh, travel. But after the steam-based machines come, it replaced the transportation sector, and further industrial revolution took place. It happened in 18th century. And then after that, when the electricity came into picture, and Nikola Tesla played a very important role in actually further advancement of electrical engineering or electricity. So that actually created another revolution that is known as electrical energy based mass production system. Okay, and that started 19th to 20th century. It was started, and it replaced almost the steam based machines in transportation sector and in industrial arena also, right? So already we are seeing it is being replaced, right? Previously the trains were steam based, now it is replaced by electricity completely. Electrical engines are being used, electrical motors are being used. Similarly, in all industrial aspects, it is being replaced. Then the third industrial revolution came when computer came into picture along with the internet based knowledge. that actually created a revolution in late 20th century, right? Everything was actually till now also we are depending on internet based knowledge, right? Now this just now Professor Vinay Krishna is also telling Google it, you'll find many things. Google it about the hard work and time management, stress management. You'll find it, right? So this is internet based knowledge, right? And also a computer plays major role because everywhere we found the applications of computer in all industrial aspects, industrial, even everywhere in transportation sector, in irrigation sector, in agriculture, in industry, everywhere we find computer applications. And actually, computer became the heart of development. We can say. Therefore, from the beginning, actually, if I can say, I have never seen the computer till my what is till I entered into the engineering college. Because in 12th class, I have never up to 12th, I have never seen the computer. Similar thing happened to many professors also, but nowadays students are starting from early because from the class second, first, it is computers is being part of the education. Right? Because computer is thought of it is a heart of the all kinds of development. But it had certain drawbacks also. But still, it created the third revolution, third industrial revolution, then fourth industrial revolution, which is the early 21st century, where we started using the artificial intelligence, information technology, which includes big data, IoT, and cloud computing. These things actually harnessed many opportunities and many companies developed through this. And also, we can say everywhere we are seeing the application of this AI, artificial intelligence, right? But we'll cover here very basics of AI because artificial intelligence is what is this? We know everyone knows this, right? It's a learning based system. It learns or it is being trained and then it is being utilized for different activity, different applications. So training is a major part of this AI, artificial intelligence, right? Okay, and how much we train, it depends how much accurate it works, right? So training is very important. How we are training the system, right? That is very important. So let us start with what is intelligence. We'll start with this and then we'll go gradually. And actually, it is very much essential to understand this. What is intelligence? What we say generally intelligence is? Intelligence means it is the ability to learn, understand, reason, and make decisions. Right? So that is called intelligence. Many times also when we uh, read Bhagavad Gita, and that also we see many things about intelligence. Intelligence controls mind, right? All these things we study. So intelligence actually it is the ability of a person or a living entity to learn, understand, reason, and make decisions, right? So there are two main types of intelligence based on the this classification. We can classify it into artificial intelligence and natural intelligence. Okay. Actually, artificial intelligence is nothing. It is not very much difference. It is actually created by human being, and it imitates the natural intelligence. Right? Whatever natural intelligence is existing, or it is being designed by the Lord, designed by the whatever the supernatural power, right? So we are just imitating it, and we're creating something which we call it artificial intelligence, right? That is the artificial intelligence. So that means we are creating something imitating the natural intelligence, but it is not perfectly acting as natural intelligence, and it is developed artificially. So therefore, it has many imperfections in it, with many accuracies, with many assumptions. So therefore, it doesn't act perfectly. So we call it artificial intelligence. Still, it is being exploited in our day-to-day life to simplify our activities. Right. The simple example I can give: a mobile phone or a Google. We are googling every day. We Google something, right, in our web page, and if we have logged in into it, the Google can notice what we are actually trying to explore. It actually always monitors our Googling capability. And as soon as we enter, it automatically it splash what we want to. Sometimes we become very wonderful. Sometimes we become very actually astonished by seeing this. How this knows, Google knows that we want this. Automatically it comes, right? So it maybe we becoming astonished how it can come to know that we are looking for it. Automatically it comes because we have googled it in many times what we are searching for, and our frequency of googling, frequency of finding it, exploring it, it actually keeps the record of it. And when you open the page, automatically it sometimes comes out, right? Similar thing also happened in YouTube's, many other. They are actually adapting this AI platform to make this, right. So we'll talk about little bit and the basic things about artificial intelligence. So the intelligence created by humans, mainly in machines, this is called artificial intelligence. It is created by human being, but in machines, the machines act in imitation to the human being. AI is the simulation of human intelligence by machines. Okay, you see that? There's no difference, much difference. So types of AI. So there are various types of artificial intelligence: narrow AI and general AI. Narrow AI means focused on specific tasks, for example, facial recognition, translation, etc. It actually do the very specific task, not very general task, right? So similarly, general AI, they are hypothetical machines with human-like intelligence, like the robots. We know the Sophia robots, right? They are based on the general AI principles, right? They are hypothetical machines, and they act like human, right? But narrow AI means it actually do the very specific task: facial recognition, translation, and language processing, many things, translation, right? All these things. It was. There are various codes also for AI, right? Famous codes available. So, if we talk about the humanoid, it is based on the principle of general AI, right? Humanoid. So this left side we see the Asimo robot. It was developed by Honda, right? Long back it was developed, and later in Hong Kong, this Sophia was also developed, right? So therefore, this is there without actually being human, but they are resembling the human, and it is based on the general AI principle. Okay, so therefore, artificial intelligence also now in future it may take over the human intelligence, because we are not using nowadays our natural intelligence. That is the problem, because we are depending on the machine so much so that gradually it will actually overpower us. These machines will overpower us, and they will start controlling us. It may happen in future. Even we are very much intelligent, we are full of natural intelligence, but still, because we are always depending on the machines, right? Always very dependent. Without till mobile phone, we cannot stay for a minute, right? So that is our lack, our weakness, right? So this machine actually gradually it will capture us in future. We'll see. So what we are seeing here with the Sophia cameras within Sophia eyes combined with computer algorithms allow her to see. She can also recognize, she can follow faces, sustain eye contact, and recognize individuals. It based on the training. She is able to process speech and have conversation using a natural language subsystem. And in January 2018, Sophia was upgraded with functional legs and ability to walk. It can also park, right? So therefore, what is the difference we find in a human being and Sophia? Sophia is a machine. We are also, if we are acting like a machine, we are also machine. If we see our daily activities, right, from the morning to evening, if it is like based on some training platform, then we are also acting like a machine. There is no difference. But if we are using our natural intelligence, then obviously we are a human being, right? So therefore, there is no much difference between AI and NI, artificial intelligence and natural intelligence, right? So what is then natural intelligence? So this is very important to understand because being a human being, we must understand this and we must harness our natural intelligence, right? So natural intelligence is the cognitive ability found in humans and animals. Is the cognitive ability, right? Cognitive ability means it can learn, it can, this is the ability by which a human being can learn, right? So it can adapt it to different scenarios, right? So the key characteristic of this cognitive ability is that self-awareness. Self-awareness means he knows that he is something, he is somebody, right? I know I am somebody, right? But if I'll identify myself only in terms of like I am the son of so and so, I am the father of so and so, I am a student of this college, and if I identify myself like this, then it is equal to the Sophia. Sophia can also identify herself, like she is, how she is being developed, how she can also identify. But self awareness is something different, right? So we must understand what is self awareness. What is self? Who am I? Right? That characteristic, it is called cognitive ability. So only human being has that ability. He can understand who is he, what is the self-realization he can have only. Others cannot have. If we don't have any self-realization, then it's like the, what do you call it? It's like the machine. We are like machines. Then emotional understanding. Emotional understanding means like I must have emotion for somebody, something else, right? This can also be articulated in artificial intelligence, but it requires training. But emotional understanding within us, it is embedded. And we have emotions. We cry. Now when we depart from somebody, something else, we cry. Tears come out from us. But if Sophia can be trained like this, she can also cry for under certain conditions, certain events, right? But not always it will happen. Right? So therefore, intuitive decision making. This is also another part. Intuitive decision making. We can take decision according to the situation, right? Situation awareness. So the examples are human adaptability, animal instinct, then problem solving abilities. Okay, we can adapt to see to the different scenarios, to different situations, right? Then animal instinct, we have certain instincts, characteristics, right, within us. Problem solving abilities. So these are the part of the natural intelligence. We can see these examples are shown here, right? A human being has reproductive system, right? Urinary system, respiratory system, digestive system, lymphatic system, endocrine system, circulatory system, right? There are many things which actually we cannot say that the machines can develop this. Very difficult. Like for example, I can give like a cow, he eats grass, right? She eats the grass, the cows, and it gives the milk. Can you develop a robot who will eat grass and who will give the milk? So it's very difficult because this is natural, this is designed by the natural intelligence, a cow's body, right? Or you can say the human being, body of a human, right? We're still, we are very much behind in imitating the natural intelligence, right? So if you'll see the complexity of cell, right? So there is a statement by Michael Denton to grab the reality of life as it has been revealed by molecular biology. We must magnify a cell 1,000 million times until it is 20 kilometers in diameter and resembles a giant airship large enough to cover a great city like London and New York. What we would then see would be an object of unparalleled complexity and adaptive design. And very adaptive design, a single cell in our body. There are varieties of cells in our body, right? But if we consider only a single cell in our body, it has, if we enlarge it, if we'll see inside it, there are unparalleled complexities in adaptive design. Adaptive design, there are various things automatically working in it and adapt to scenarios, right? Different scenarios it can adapt. So it is very difficult to develop like a system like a simple cell. What to speak of other whole body, right? A simple cell we cannot develop properly. Each cell type, such as blood cells, white blood cells, nerve cells, and muscle cells, plays a specialized role, working together to maintain balance and respond to body's needs. All kinds of cells you can see here, varieties of cells. And human body, when it the body starts growing in the womb of the mother, it was a single cell. And from that single cell, it was gradually grown. You can understand how it grown. And it was divided into varieties of cells, like our hair has a different cell structure. Our nails have different cell structure. Our body has different cell structure in different parts of body, right? Our liver has different cell structure. Our hand has different cell structure, right? So in blood, the cell structure is different. So there are varieties of cells. It evolved gradually, right? From a single cell. How it is possible? Can we make such a robot? We can make a reproductive system where a single cell will be put and it will be developed into varieties of cells, and the cells are working very adaptively and with very complex manner, right? It's very difficult. This is coordinated cellular intelligence. It enables processes like healing, immune defense, and natural communication, showcasing nature's sophisticated self-regulating system, right? Such natural intelligence provides a foundation for consciousness, adaptability, and resilience within the living organism. This is natural. Highly, if we just will contemplate on this natural intelligence, highly, we cannot understand also, highly, so complicated design, right? And if I'll talk about the nervous system, right? How perfectly it is designed, in our body, if you see. So it connects the sensory systems with the response systems, right? There are nearly 45 miles of nerves running throughout our body, right? And again, liver. Liver is the chemical factory in our body. Many types of enzymes being produced every day, every moment in our body, right? Nerve cells. Longest neuron is more than a meter. 100 billion neurons in human body. 1 billion in spinal cord. Hyaline, right? So much complication. But we design a neural network, ANA, ANN, artificial neural network with little intelligence, right? Input layer, output layer with some hidden layers, right? So this how it can imitate such nervous system of human body or such nervous system any animals, right? Very difficult. And ANN functions similarly to the human nerve cell by processing inputs, transforming them through interconnected nodes like synapses, and producing outputs mimicking the way neurons transmit signals across a neural network in the brain. But it's difficult to imitate what is happening in our body. Another thing is the human eye. It is very specially designed. Though we call it lens, there is a lens also in our eye, and we put on some lens also. The human eye processes visual information. We cannot develop such camera, which our eye is like we put some camera in Sophia's eye, right? So by which it recognizes somebody. But it's difficult to design a camera like a human eye. The human eye processes visual information in real time, converting light into signals for the brain, right? It adapts to different light conditions, enhancing visual recognitions, right? The eye provides, you can see a very little nervous system is going through this, and it carries all informations, all images to the brain, right? The eye provides depth perception, helping us understand space and distance, everything, right? And talking about the human brain, it is actually we cannot imagine what is there in human brain. The human brain can store more information than all the libraries in the world, right? So it has so much capability to store the memory. It's so even we make so big uh, the hard disks, external hard disks, it cannot be compared with it. So now I'll talk about the natural versus artificial intelligence. What is the difference? Already I told some differences. So the key difference between AI and natural intelligence is this, right? So various aspects we'll see. If we'll consider the aspect of learning, then in artificial intelligence, it is like data driven or pattern based, right? Learning. And in natural intelligence, it is based on the experience. So experience based or adaptive. It adapts to any learning aspect, it adapts. And in AI also we're trying to develop this right nowadays that people are working on it. Adaptive learning in AI, right? So based on the situation, it will change the learning pattern also, right? Then creativity, right? So creativity in artificial intelligence is very much limited to programming, how we program it, right? It is based on our aspect only, our programming skills. But in natural intelligence, it is highly innovative, often unpredictable also, right? And in decision making, artificial intelligence, it's logical and rule based. But in natural intelligence, it is intuitive, influenced by emotions. Okay. And in case of emotions, there is no emotion in AI. It lacks awareness. But here in natural intelligence, we have complex and it is integral to the behavior. We have emotion, integral to behavior, how we behave, and in which scenario we are situated, in which association we are staying, right? It all depends. Then growth and adaptability. So it requires updates, right? Always we need to update the training, right? And we need to update the programming also. Based on that, it will grow and adapt to various scenarios. But here, in case of natural intelligence, it is naturally developed over time. Naturally developed. If we'll put a student or a child in a hostel, it will adapt to that and develop that adaptability, right? Automatically. And if he is in home, he has a different behavior. When he is in hostel, he has a different behavior, right? So adaptability to environment, right? But here we have to train them, especially we have to write the programs in a different manner, right? So what are the strengths of artificial intelligence? High efficiency and precision. It can progress large amount of data quickly and accurately, provided we have the computational facility, right? Then consistential, does not get tired, no emotional variation. Okay, it has certain strength. No, it doesn't get tired. How much you train, how much whatever you do, it will never tire because it's a machine. But sometimes it becomes overburdened, and then the machine may fail, right? And no emotional variations also, right? And applications in various fields like healthcare, finance, manufacturing, everywhere. Nowadays, we'll see the applications in power, in industry, in transportation, everywhere. We'll find the application of AI, artificial intelligence, right? And what are the strengths of natural intelligence? Self awareness and emotional depth. It enables deep connections and understanding. Okay, so this is very important, which you will not find in AI, artificial intelligence. Right? Self-awareness and emotional depth. Then adaptability and learning from experience. Okay, so it gives that intuition and ability to learn from non-linear experiences. Right? If the experience is variety, non-linear, right? Then problem-solving flexibility, ability to handle unique, unforeseen challenges. Okay, it can handle it, but whereas artificial intelligence cannot, right? So here we can see two scenarios: machine learning model and human brain, right? So when you give it will trained machine learning model, we give bad data, it will have the bad output, and good data will have good output, right? Similarly, it happens also to human brain. We have bad consciousness, we get bad data, we'll get the bad result. And clean consciousness, we have good results, right? So it all depends upon our training. We are also being trained, right? The even humans also being trained, but we do it in adaptive manner. And also attacks, like in cyber physical systems, there are also AI driven systems, right? So when these attacks takes place, right, various varieties of attacks, adversarial attacks, data poisoning attack, model model evasion attacks, right, Trojan attack, model stealing attacks, physical attacks, so much attacks. So based on that, it must be adapted to that so that it will work properly. Therefore, we need to have what attack detection and mitigation techniques in this, right? So attack detection must be a module must be installed in that AI system, which actually detects these attacks and also mitigate these attacks, right? Then attack on human brain, right? We have also attack on our brain like lost ego, guilt. These are the signals that attack us, right? And desire, anger, greed, right? So, but when we are adaptive system, when we become adaptive, these attacks actually could not hamper us much. So that adaptability is called detection and mitigation. When you detect that I am being attacked by lust or being anger, I must control myself. That is adaptability, right? So recently, Professor Binay Krishna was telling time management and stress management we should focus on, right? But unless we control our lust, anger, and greed, how can we focus on this time management and stress management, right? Therefore, we must have the capability to control on lust, anger, and greed. Then only we can manage very efficiently the time and stress management. The parallel between vulnerabilities in AI systems and psychological influences on human mind is shown by image here. The attacks such as adversarial Data poisoning, model stealing, and physical threats exploit AI's weakness, compromising its integrity. Similarly, human cognition faces attacks from factors like lust, anger, greed, ego, guilt, and desire, impacting mental clarity and decision making. So when our brain is attacked by these things, lust, ego, guilt, anger, we are unable to focus and work. We cannot work properly also. Very difficult, right? So therefore, we must become immune to these attacks, right? Very important. Unless we do that, we cannot manage our time properly because we sit for reading and something is coming to our mind, something, some greed, lust, anger, something is coming. We cannot focus on our work exactly, right? So therefore, mental clarity will not be there, decision making will be not there. This comparison highlights the need for robust security in AI and mental resilience in human intelligence, right? So here are some examples we imitated and how we are imitated, up to what extent we imitated for artificial intelligence, right? So you can see here there is a aeroplane which actually imitation of a bird, right? Bird is the natural design by God, and we designed this aeroplane with certain hypotheses. There are many assumptions, right? And through that it has been designed. So you can see the difference. How what is the difference? It is very difficult to exactly imitate the natural design. Here also we can see the design of a submarine, right, with a well which actually swims inside the sea, and we also swim inside the sea through the submarine, right? But there are a lot of lacuna, a lot of still always it needs improvement, right? Therefore, Albert Einstein says, he very beautifully says, and simply trace the lines that flow from God. A great scientist, right? But still, he believes in God, and he says that the natural intelligence, which is actually given by God, I'm simply tracing that those lines, and we should not be very proud of anything which is actually right. So because whatever we are developing, all artificial intelligence, it is all a imitation of natural intelligence, right? So Isaac Newton. So I don't know what may appear to the world, but to myself, I seem to have been like a boy playing by the seashore, right? And diverting myself in now and then, finding a smoother pebble or a prettier sail than ordinary, while the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. So there are many things to discover. Whatever we have discussed till now through our tiny brains, right? So it is very less, very little what we say, right? There is vast sea, the Newton is saying, very vast sea, great ocean is lying before us. And we are the small children playing with whatever, the pebbles, small pebbles on the bank of the sea, right? So we have discovered many things, but it is still very little, right? So this is another intelligence, and the story I'll tell you, very beautiful story. Engineering behind the cosmos. How the through natural intelligence, God has designed very perfectly the things, right? How whatever we design, it is not very perfect. What we are seeing in the figure in the left side is a pumpkin, right? Its size is very big. It's a very big size, but it actually lies in the ground and grown on the ground also. It's a creeper. From the creeper, this big size, but pumpkin is being grown, right? So one day, one farmer actually going, he was actually having some pumpkins, big pumpkins from his farm, and he was going with his pumpkins to the market. And on the way, he felt very tired, and he slept below under under a banyan tree. Beneath the banyan tree, he took rest. And when he was sleeping, he just slept for a few minutes, and he found something is dropping on his head. And he wake up, and he saw that some fruits of this banyan tree they're dropping on his head. And no, first he went and sat under that tree, and he imagined. I just forwarded it, and he imagined. He contemplated. He just saw there are fruits on the tree, very small fruits, and he started laughing. He thought that so big tree and very small fruits, and now you can see here I have a very small creeper and I have a big fruit. What is this design? This design is not very perfect. Then he slept, and some fruits dropped on his head, forehead. He wake up, and again he smiled. He thought, yes, this is a perfect design by God. Perfect design by God, that if there will be a huge fruit in banyan tree, then nobody could take rest under banyan tree, right? So it will be very dangerous. And this is the perfect design. So therefore, natural intelligence, which is actually coming from God, it is perfect. So we utilize our intelligence in a way, in artificial manner, but still we don't imitate, we are unable to imitate the natural intelligence perfectly. Very difficult, right? So therefore it's time to close this topic here, just saying this. And we have few questions here. I have few questions also. Which of the following is a unique characteristic of natural intelligence, uh, not typically found in artificial intelligence? So maybe participants can take part here in the latter stage. The answer is self-awareness. What is the primary goal of artificial intelligence? To replicate human emotional response, to simulate human cognitive process in machines, to develop a universal language of communication. What is the primary goal of? To replace all human intelligence completely. And B is to simulate human cognitive processes in the machines, right? Which of these qualities is frequently associated with spiritual growth and is not attainable by artificial intelligence? Compassion and empathy, efficiency in calculations, problem solving, ability, data storage capability. I think the answer is A, compassion and empathy, which is cannot be attainable by artificial intelligence. Very difficult, right? In many spiritual traditions, the highest form of intelligence is described as the ability to perform complex calculations, understand the essence of self and the universe, store vast amounts of information, create complex machines, understand the essence of self and the universe, which were unable to do that, right? We are also becoming nowadays artificial intelligence. It seems that we are being trained to work from morning to night, again go and sleep, take our food and sleep, again wake up and again work, again go and sleep. Nothing. This is a training program, right? We can do this also through the artificial intelligence, right? But understanding self is very important, right? Natural intelligence has an advantage in creativity because it involves following strict rules and algorithms, unlimited data processing capabilities, free thinking, intuition, and emotional influence, fast calculation. Answer is C. Free thinking, intuition, and emotional influence, right? So now I'll conclude our talk. Summary of key points. So AI excels in tasks requiring speed, precision, and data analysis. Natural intelligence is deeply intuitive, self-aware, and emotionally driven. The complementary roles. Both type of intelligence have unique strengths and roles in advancing knowledge, technology, and spiritual exploration. So I should conclude now. So thank you very much to all the participants, and thanks to all the coordinators also. Thank you very much. So over to Dr. Navanita. Thank you very much. I'll stop here.
Thank you, sir. There are some few questions, sir. Participant
Yeah, yeah.
uh, I can write the question in the chat box, or you can unmute and then you can ask few questions.
You can ask also. Yes.
Yes.
It's a very general topic. I don't think anybody has any question. Anybody has any question? Somebody has raised the hand. Harshit
Yeah.
again.
Anita Dolai, can you unmute yourself, Anita? Arsit Singh, can you unmute yourself and ask?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good
Yeah.
evening. Good evening.
Sir, I have a one question. People say that AI can do a lot of, technical jobs also these days. So, how it will affect as an electrical engineer? In what fields it can help us, and in what fields it can replace us, and where it can't?
Nothing can replace the human intelligence. First of all, we should understand this. I told in the beginning, right? Human intelligence is very unique. Even wherever we are doing application of AI, artificial intelligence, without training and without programming, it cannot run. Very special, right? So therefore, where it is application is going on, they require people to train it. There are many applications going on, and even in electrical engineering also, right? Many fields they are applying AI. Very specific applications, not general applications, right? Like till now, robots are not being used anywhere in electrical engineering, you see. But specific applications they are being used, right? But to run the AI also we need people. Without that, it cannot run, right? It cannot be programmed, it cannot be trained. For that we require people. That people is required. So that human intelligence cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. That we must understand. Okay? Okay, Harshit?
One more query, sir. We are training the model, and over the time for after the COVID, we have seen a huge rise in the intelligence of the AI, and we have seen like it's a exponential growth, and it can do limitless potential kind of things that we couldn't imagine before COVID. So, sir, if we are training it continuously and it's going at a very rapid rate, so sir, how it will like pan out over the time, because we are training it for everything, so it will be good, it will become good in everything, right? We are training it in.
That is what I told in between. I think you did not heard properly my lecture. So in between I told that if we will not keep ourselves in our natural intelligence, then someday will come, one day will come where the AI will overcome us. It will start controlling us. If we are not, we will not remain in the natural intelligence. Okay? So we have to remain in the natural intelligence. So we unable to keep ourselves in natural intelligence. We are working like a machine. So then a machine can control a machine, not a human being. Okay, understood, Harshit?
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anita Dolai, yes, please. Anita Dolai, please unmute.
I think by mistake she did. Okay. Any other question? Yeah. Desham? Yeah, Desham, please. Okay. Desham?
Yes, sir. Uh,
Yeah.
good good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
So just I want to say thank you, sir, that because it was a very good session. comparing with the natural intelligence and AI, how careful we need to be in the future uh, coming situations. So that all we came to know, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.